Good evening, folks. It's your Pro Rich here. Today's video is now part 3 on the Lamborghini Diablo. Today's video, I'll be talking to you about the facelift version of this car from the years 1999 to 2002. And then, so they got couple versions of this car. Got like, say 3-4 of these versions. And then after that, I'll be moving on to the last few parts left of the Diablo, and then we'll see what's next for Lamborghini. So today I'll be doing the next part, which is a facelift version from 1999 to 2002. That's 2002, sorry. So 1999 to 2001. There we go. Sorry, I screwed up. I'm just tired right now. Burning. And still coughing as well. Excuse me. Yeah, I know it's just horrendous. This cold, this cold is so bad. No matter what I do, I drink cough syrup, nothing happens. It just doesn't go away. Honestly, it just doesn't. I mean, it would, but it would take a long while for it to settle down. It's a long while to settle down. But I'll get better soon. At some point, I hope so, very soon. Alright, so before I start, make sure you all like the video, subscribe. So like the video, subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all so you're alerted. So hit the notification bell and hit all so you're alerted when I make brand new uploads. All right. So without any further ado, let's begin. So the facelift version of the facelift version of the Diablo from 1999 to 2001. Here we go. So starting off with the first one is the Diablo SV from 1999. Here we go. So the Diablo received a mid-cycle facelift. Say mid-cycle facelift. Mid-cycle facelift in 1999. So 1999. Can't even talk. 1999. There we go. Lambo simplified the model range. So I simplified the model range by eliminating the base, so the standard, like the regular Diablo, since the SV model had been the new entry level trim, and applied universal revisions across the entire lineup. The most immediately noticeable exterior change was the replacement of the previous Diablo's pop-up headlights. So pop-up headlights. Which are just super cool, so cool. And there is a bunch of cars that have pop-up headlights. So we got If you're gonna know, like, there's Alfa Romeo, Montreal. That sounds like a place in Canada almost. I don't know. Say Alfa Romeo Montreal. So 1970 to 1977, Alfa Romeo Montreal. 1986 to 1989, Aston Martin Vantage, Zagato Volante, A.K.A. the V8 Vantage from 1977. 1989 to 1999, BMW E31 8 Series. The 1978 to 1981 BMW M1. The 88 to 91 Buick Rieta. Is there a Rieta? Can't pronounce it, but it's spelled R-E, so R-E-A, T-T-A. Then we got the 65 to 69 Buick Riviera. Fantastic muscle car. Sick. Buick Rieta, Buick Riviera, Buick Skyhawk, Cadillac Eldorado. It's a Cadillac Eldorado. Chevy Camaro. It's a Chevy Camaro, Chevy Caprice, Chevy Corvette. It's a Corvette. Chevy Kingswood. Say Di Tommaso, Di Tommaso Mangusta, Di Tommaso Pantera, Di Tommaso Guada, Dodge Charger, Charger Daytona. So regular Charger from 1966. Say 1966 Charger, 1969 Charger Daytona. It's like the original Charger, but with a different front bumper and rear wing. The original Daytona. The Dodge Magnum. So Magnum, which is kind of like a Charger, but like a wagon version, which is just awful. If you search up Dodge Magnum, you would see what I'm on about. It's like saying Magnum PI. So what else? So Dodge Charger, Charger Daytona, original Daytona, Magnum, Monaco, Dodge Stealth, which basically is a 3000 GT on steroids is what I think of it. So what else? So we got what else? Got also the Eagle Talon, which I quite like. Eagle Talons, especially with TSI. I mean, it's 295 horsepower, but with all-wheel drive and a turbo, makes a lot of fun. So Eagle Talon, Ferrari, Dino 208 and 308 GT4, 280 GTO, 280 GTO, 308 GTB, 328, 348, 365 California Special, not Special, sorry, 365 California Spider. There we go. Daytona SP3, which I talked about months ago. So Daytona SP3, 400 and 412, 456 and 456. So 456 and 456M, which is Maranello. Berlinetta Boxer, F355, F40, Mondial, Testarossa 512 TR, Fiat 125 Samantha Edition, Fiat X19, Ford Capri, Ford Galaxy 500 XL, Ford LTD for both America and Australia. So F355, F40, Mondial, Testarossa, so Mondial Testarossa 512 TR, so 512 TR, Fiat 125 Samantha, Fiat X19, Ford Capri, Galaxy 500 XL, LTD for both America and Australia, Landau, Ford Probe, Ranchero GT, Thunderbird, Torino Braun, Ginetta, G20, G23 24, and then G26 31, G27, G27, G32, G30, so G27, G32, G30, so G27, G32, G33, Honda slash Acura NSX, Jaguar XJ220, XJ220, Countach, Diablo, Isletto, Jalfa, Jarama, Uraco. This is gonna take forever. This is so slow. G23, 24, G26, 31, G27, G32, G33, Honda slash Acura Integra, and Honda slash Acura NSX. What else we got? So, G23, 24, G26, 21, G27, G32, G33, Honda slash Acura Integra, Honda slash Acura NSX, Jaguar XJ220, Lamborghini Countach, Diablo, Countach, Diablo, Islero, Jelfa, Jarama, Urako, Mira, Silhouette, Silhouette, Lancia, Scorpion, Stratos, Scorpion, Stratos, Lincoln Continental, Lister Storm, Lotus, Eclat, Elad, Elite, Spree, Excel, Mata Mirage, Maserati Bora, Ghibli, Indy, Camzen, Marak, Mazda 66, Cosmo slash 929, HP Cooper Coupe, Familia Astina, MX-5 Miata, RX-7, Mercury Capri, so Capri, Cougar, Cyclone, Marauder, Marquise, Montego MX, Mitsubishi 3000 GT slash GTO, Eclipse, Starion, Nissan 180 SX, and the 200 and 240, 300ZX, Z31, Oldsmobile, Oldsmobile Tornado. So Tornado. It's like saying tornado, but adding an O between both the R and the N. So between the R and the N, just add O until you get Tornado. Plymouth Fury, Fury 3, Laser, Superbird, Fire. So Superbird, Fiero, Fire. So Superbird, Fiero, Firebird. Grand Prix, GTO, Sunbird, SC slash GT. Porsche 911 Turbo, SE Slant Nose Edition. 914, 914, 924, 9. So 914, 924, 928, 928, 944, 964 Turbo S, flat nose, 968, Subaru XT, Toyota 2000 GT, Celica MR2, Sprinter Torino Corolla Coupe, which is an 8886, which I done a couple years back. Supra, Tercel, Triumph, TR7, TR8, TBR 350i, so 350i, 350 SX, 350 SE, 390 SE, 420 SE, 400 SE, 400 SX, 430 SE, 430 SE, 450 SE, 420 and 450, both SEAC, so SEAC, so 420, 420 SEAC, and 420 SEAC, and 450 SEAC. They got the Tasman 280i and Tasman 200, Venturi, 400 GT, Atlantique Coupe, Series Trans Cup, Volvo 480, Vector M12, and Vector W8. And even for concept cars, they got, Jesus Christ, there's a lot, and even other vehicles. So I'm gonna have to do these ones. I got no choice. So they got Alfa Romeo, Caimano, Carabo, Delfino, Iguana, AMC, AMX/3, Aston Martin Bulldog, Cadillac Voyage, Chevrolet Aerovet, uh, what else? Chevy Corvair Monza GT, the concept car, which is the Mako Shark, Ferrari 408, 4RM, which actually featured four-wheel drive. Not bad for a sports car. So Ferrari 408 4RM, Ferrari Rainbow, kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Ford Cobra 230 Mi, so General Motors LeSabre, General Motors XP819, so General Motors XP819, Jetta G25, Jaguar XJ Spider, so Jaguar XJ Spider, Lamborghini, Lamborghini Assan, Lamborghini Bravo, Lamborghini Marco Polo, P140, so Lamborghini Assan, Bravo, Marco Polo, P140, so P140, Lancia Medusa, so Lancia Medusa, so Medusa, Mizar, Cibolo, so Cibolo, Lotus Etna, and M90, Maserati, not Maserati, sorry, Mako Shark 2, and then we got Maserati, this is a weird one, Maserati Boomerang. Like, they're really coming up with some weird names for these concept cars. So Maserati Boomerang, Mercedes C111 or C111 or C111. Nissan 126X. So 126X. And then we got for other vehicles, we got the Alfa Romeo 8C 2900A, Pininfarina Berlinetta, Maserati A6 1500 Pininfarina Berlinetta Speciale, Ferrari 375 Pininfarina Bergman Coupe Speciale, Ferrari 400, so Ferrari 400 Super America, Ferrari 400 Super America, Pininfarina, so Pininfarina Superfast 2, So Ferrari 400 Super America. So Ferrari 400 Super America. Super America. Pininfarina Superfast 2. Porsche 911 Roadster 901 Bertone. And that's pretty much it. Alright, back to the facelift for the Diablos. So facelift 1999 to 2001. So back to Lambo Diablo. So they're on the Diablo SV 1989. So the Diablo received a mid-cycle facelift. So mid-cycle facelift in 1999. So mid-cycle facelift in 1999. Lambo simplified the model range by eliminating. So Lambo simplified the model range by eliminating the base, so the standard Diablo, since the SV model had since the SV model became the new entry-level trim, and applied universal revisions across applied universal revisions across the lineup. The most noticeable exterior change was the replacement of the previous Diablo's pop-up headlights with fixed composite lenses. So fixed composite lenses, borrowed under license from their original application in the 300ZX. So borrowed. So the most immediately noticeable exterior change was the replacement of the previous Diablo's pop-up headlights with fixed composite lenses, borrowed under almost like licensing agency. So license from their original application in the 1989 to say 1996 was 300ZX Z32 Nissan. So Nissan 300ZX Z32. All models were also fitted. So all models were also fitted with new. So all models were also fitted with new 18-inch wheels. So 18-inch wheels. It's 18-inch wheels. The Diablo range also received an updated interior. Instead of the traditional flat dashboard with a separate upright instrument clusters, as in many Italian sports cars of the era and the outgoing Diablo, the new dashboard was an integrated wave-shaped design. So wave-shaped design. A thin strip of black glass ran the length of the dash and contained various instruments, indicator, and warning lights. This aesthetic design was inspired by B&O. Bang & Olufsen, which is a Danish high-end consumer electronics. So a Danish high-end consumer electronics company. So Danish high-end consumer electronics company that both designs and manufactures. Audio products, TV sets, and telephones, originally from Denmark, founded by both Peter Boas Bang born March 14th, 1900 in Frederiksberg, Denmark, died age 57 in Struer in Denmark, and May 26th, 1957, and Svend Olofsen. So Svend Olofsen. So Peter was a Danish engineer and entrepreneur. In the year 1925, he founded the company Bang & Olufsen with Svend Olofsen. And Svend Olofsen, he was a Danish electrical engineer who co-founded Bang & Olufsen with Peter Bang. Like Peter, Olofsen studied at the Technical University of Aarhus. Both Svend and Peter both shared an enthusiasm for radio, which at the time was in its infancy. And he was born December 12th, 1897 in Quistrup at Struer in Denmark, died age 52 in Skive in Denmark, can't pronounce it well, on December 22nd, so 22nd, 1949, so he passed away 10 days after his 52nd birthday. Crazy, just crazy to believe. Anyways, back to the Diablo. So the Diablo range also received an updated interior. So the Diablo range also updated. So I can't even talk. The Diablo range also received an updated interior. Instead of a traditional flat dashboard with a separate upright instrument binnacle or instrument cluster, as in many Italian sports cars of the era and the outgoing Diablo, the new dashboard was an integrated wave-shaped design. A thin strip of black glass ran the length of the dash and contained various instrument, indicator, and warning lights. This aesthetic design was inspired by Bang & Olufsen hi-fi products. It's like saying Wi-Fi, but taking out the W and putting the H at the beginning. So you get hi-fi products. Almost said hi-fi for a second. The power output of the engine was increased to 530 horsepower. So 530 horsepower. So 530 horsepower and so 530 horsepower. So 530 horsepower and 605 newton meters, 446 pound-feet of torque. Makes the same power as a Bentley Brooklands, but unlike the Brooklands has a bunch more torque. That it could just shred the rear tires. Like if you've seen in Top Gear one of those episodes where Hammond, May, and Clarkson they did the Alfa Romeo challenge, you probably know what I'm on about. If you've seen it, it's what I'm talking about. So the power output of the engine was increased. So the power output of the engine was increased to 530 horsepower and 605 newton meters, 446 pound-feet of torque for both the SV and VT models, and now featured VVT, variable valve timing. For the first time in a Lambo, for the first time in a Lambo, the Diablo was equipped with a Kelsey Hayes ABS system. so Kelsey Hayes anti-lock braking system, complementing larger diameter brakes. Next up we got is the Diablo VT and VT Roadster. So VT and VT Roadster from 1999. Say 1999. Got this and those other two, and I got specifications to go through. Jesus Christ. It is a lot I have to deal with. A lot. So covering larger diameter brakes. Next up, the Diablo VT and VT Roadster from 1999. So the second gen of the VT Coupe and Roadster received both the same cosmetic and mechanical upgrades as the SV model, including fixed headlights, restyled interior, a 530 horsepower engine power output, and ABS. Little else was changed from the previous gen. All US spec VT models, Coupe and convertible alike share the same unique front and rear fascias. So both front and rear fascias as seen on the standard, so the original VT Roadster. So VT Roadster, along with the vertical rear brake ducts that had debuted on the SE30 model. So SE30 model, these cosmetic variations. So cosmetic variations were available as options. So available as options on VT Cubes, available in the global market. Sound like I'm in a commercial, so I don't know. It's available in the global market. It's a global market. A special run of 12 Diablo VT models. So models was produced exclusively for the US market in 1999 and called the Alpine or Alpine edition. As the Diablo had been utilizing Alpine stereo equipment since its inception, this very limited production was intended to both showcase and celebrate the Lambo/Alpine collaboration. So Lambo Alpine collaboration. The Alpine edition. So Alpine edition was the Alpine edition was technically a standard Diablo. So stock Diablo. So standard Diablo. So Diablo VT with no engine mods, just bone stock. So bone stock, but having carbon fiber trim in various locations. So locations along with highlighting the use of Alpine's multimedia so or multimedia system. That's the only difference there. The stereo receiver. So the stereo receiver was a top end CVA-1005 model with integrated navigation system. So sat nav. Also included in the pack was a DVD player. So DVD player, a uh six CD a six CD changer. So a 6 disc CD changer, and Alpine's top of the line tweeters mid-range drivers, and subwoofers along with powered by Lamborghini. I'll just say Lambo badged badged Alpine amplifiers. So Alpine amplifiers. Alpine logos adorned the seat headrest. So headrests, um, floor mats, and a special car cover included with this rare model. It's a rare model. Another special 12 car run of VT models for the U.S. market. U.S. market consisted of VT Roadsters, and was called the Momo edition. Not to be confused with Momo's, like a steering wheel company. That's got nothing to do with it, really. Well, kinda does actually, because it's got some components from Momo, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So yeah, another special 12 car run of VT models for the US market consisted of VT um, Roadsters, and was called the Momo edition. So Momo edition, like the Alpine edition, the Momo edition catered to the US car buyers interest. So US car buyers interest in aftermarket products. Lambo, rather than spending money to develop certain automotive components, had been using aftermarket suppliers, such as both Alpine and Momo. We're saying do a lot of stuff like alloy wheels, apparently tires, steering wheels, seats, gear shifters, and even do clothing products like racing suits, gloves, and shoes as well. I might talk about Momo one day. Oh, I don't know when, but at some point I'll figure out what. Jesus, sorry. The heck was I? Right over there. So another special special 12-car run of 12 car run of VT models for the US market came. So US market consisted of VT Roadsters and was called the Momo edition. Like the Alpine edition, the Momo edition catered to the US car buyers' interest in aftermarket products. Lambo, rather than spending cash to develop money to develop certain automotive components, had been using aftermarket suppliers such as both Alpine and Momo to outfit the Diablo. The Momo edition was again a standard VT Roadster, but featured special upholstery. Momo 4-point harnesses, Momo and Momo chrome wheels. Some Momo chrome wheels as well. Like the Alpine edition, the Momo edition also had Momo logos. So Momo logos embroidered in both the seats headrests and floor mats. The VR Roadster enjoyed one final one final limited run of 30 cars. So 30 cars from the 2000 model year. So 2000 model year. After the intro of the Diablo. After the intro of the Diablo VT 6.0, so 6 liter. This Millennium, almost say Millennium, always say it wrong sometimes. I just can't tell the difference. Well, they made that one like what I'm trying to say is like can't really say it properly. Like I can't pronounce Millennium correctly. I mean, I can sometimes, but other times, not so much. So, this Millennium, there we go, nailed it. So, got it correct. So, this Millennium Roadster model was available in just 2 colors: titanium metallic and yellow. So, titanium metallic and yellow, or just metallic titanium, whatever you want to call it. Say titanium metallic and yellow. With the 10 cars exported to the US, all finished in titanium metallic. Besides an optional carbon fiber rear wing, special two-tone leather interior, and a shorter ratio SV rear differential, providing enhanced acceleration. This model featured no significant changes from the previous design, and the merely served as a final tribute to the outgoing Roadster. Got 2 versions left. Next up we got is the Diablo GT, which I really like the look of this one. It's kind of like a standard Diablo, but it's a little bit like modified and so on and so forth. But I'll explain more about this car. So next up, the Diablo GT. Lambo introduced the Diablo GT. So Diablo GT, so GT in 1998, with only 80 examples being made. So 80 examples being made, available for sale. The Diablo GT, so GT, like the SE30 and SE30 Jada before it, was a track-oriented iteration of the Diablo and featured many unique components, so unique parts, exclusive to the mod. Well, exclusive, excuse me, exclusive to the model. Here we go. So exclusive to the model. So model, the GT featured aggressive bodywork, stripped down interior, and an enlarged engine. The GT variant was exclusive only to Europe, but some were also imported to the US. But most of them you don't see in Europe. Exterior changes. So exterior changes included an all-new black carbon fiber. So carbon fiber front air dam with large brake ducts and a central vent for the oil cooler. The car still featured driving lights. So driving lights. The single pair of round units units featured on the Diablo VT Roadster. At the front, a large air extractor was added. So large air extractor was added. While the small corner vents on the front quarter panels were changed to NACA style ducts. The front quarter panels themselves were widened, so they were wider to accommodate a wider front track. In other words, to like accommodate the wider front tires. I think something like that. I guess I don't know. So at the rear, both the bumper and lights were entirely removed, replaced by a larger carbon fiber diffuser. So carbon fiber diffuser, which shielded a pair of large center-mounted exhaust pipes. So center-mounted exhaust pipes. As a result of this mod, both the fog and reverse lights were integrated in the outer pair of the taillights. The engine cover featured a large central ram air ducts. So a large central ram air duct. So a duct protruding above the roof for better cooling, and a rear wing was standard equipment. The GT's bodywork was composed mostly of carbon fiber. So carbon fiber with both the steel roof and aluminum door. So steel roof and aluminum doors being the only parts to retain their standard material. So stock material. Special 3-piece OZ or OZ, I'll call it, wheels finished the GT's exterior package. So GT's exterior pack. Inside, the GT has more prominent carbon fiber panels, raceback bucket seats with 4-point harnesses, a smaller steering wheel, and an optional Alpine LCD screen for GPS sat nav, along with a bumper-mounted reverse camera. So basically, a backup camera. Despite the racing pretenses of the model, aircon was still installed as standard equipment. The airbags could be omitted optionally, omitted. While the standards like the base V12, while the basic V12 block, while the basic V12 block remained the same. Remained the same. The engine was stroked from 80 to 84 millimeters. So it was from 3.1 to 3.1 to 3.1 to 3.3 inches. So 4 millimeters, 0.2 inches bigger for a new displacement of 6 liters. So 6 liters. This engine, which would later be used in the revised Diablo VT 6.0, had a power output of 567 horsepower. It's almost 570 horsepower and 630 newton meters, 465 pound-feet of torque. So 630 newton meters, 465 pound-feet of torque. So 465 pound-feet of torque. The gearbox was the same 5-speed manual unit as used in other Diablo variants, but different gear ratios could be specified by the buyer. The car omitted the all-wheel drive system to save weight. So in other words, it's got stuck with good old-fashioned rear-wheel drive. So that's good to save weight at least. Okay, last version of this, and then we got specifications. We got a Diablo VT 6.0 and VT 6.0 SE edition, so special edition of the VT 6.0 or 6 liter. After the acquisition of Lambo by Audi AG in 1998, which by the way, Audi owned Lamborghini, so Lambo's owned by Audi. So after the acquisition of Lambo by Audi AG in 1998, its new owners set out to both modernize and refine. Modernize and refine the Diablo while its replacement, the Murcielago. Murcielago was being developed. Audi tasked then Lambo chief designer Luc Dunkerwalk to design both a more refined and modern Diablo. The VT 6.0, as a result, featured significant styling changes both inside and out. On the exterior, the VT 6.0 differed So 6.0 differed from its predecessors. So from its predecessors, with a revised front fascia that featured two large air intakes, similar to those later used on the Murcielago. The air dam, front bumper, and quarter. So the air dam, front bumper, and quarter panels were all reworked. The turn signals were enlarged, and shifted below the headlights. And a small air inlets or air intakes at the top of the quarter panels were removed. The rear of the car remained familiar. So the rear of the car remained familiar, but the taillight surrounds were now body colored. So body colored. So body colored rather than transparent. So rather than transparent, red or black. And the lights themselves, so lights like headlights, taillights, used the configuration. So used the configuration seen on the track orientated. So the track version. So track orientated GT variant. So the track version of the GT variant. Aluminum 18-inch or aluminum 18-inch OZ Superleggera wheels, which are styled with a 5-hole phone digital design. So design similar to that seen on the later models of the Countach were used. The interior was refined by improved air conditioning or aircon and revised seat and pedal alignment. So seat and pedal alignment. Say alignment. The engine was shared. So engine was shared with the limited production GT variant and had updated ECU soft. So the engine was shared with the limited production GT variant. So the engine was shared with a limited production GT variant and had updated ECU software in addition to new intake and exhaust. So new intake and exhaust systems. And a refined. There we go. VVT, variable valve timing system, with revised camshafts. The engine had a power output of 550 horsepower, so 550 horsepower, and 620, so 550 horsepower and 620 newton meters, 457, right up like nearly 460 pound-feet of torque. Due to the development of the Murcielago, so due to the development of the Murcielago, the Diablo VT, the Diablo VT 6.0, 6.0 was 6.0 6-liter was only available in the coupe body style, so body style with no more roadster or SV models planned. However, customers could uh, customers could specially order a rear-wheel drive. So a rear-wheel drive. So rear drive. So a rear-wheel drive version of the VT610. At the end of the Diablo's production run, the company introduced the limited production um, production Diablo variant, or Diablo VT 6.0, or 6-liter SE. This model was only available in two colors, the gold metallic Auto Elios, so Auto Elios, represented represented sunrise, while the color shifting bronze slash maroon or bronze maroon maroon or maroon maroon eclipses. So maroon eclipses represented the sunset. So represented the sunset. Other change other changes so other changes included other changes included a new magnesium intake manifold. So magnesium intake manifold um magnesium intake manifold, short ratio gearbox, special upholstery treatment, um, Lamborghini badged brake calipers, comprehensive roadmap software in the sat-nav system, and enhanced carbon fiber trim, so carbon fiber trim on interior. The power upper remained the same as on the Diablo. The power upper remained the same as on the Diablo VT 6.0. So the power upper remained the same as on the Diablo VT 6.0. Production was limited to 42 units. That's not that much, but oh well. Alright. Next up, so last part we got is the specifications. So we got for these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Diablos. So starting off with the first one, we got the Diablo SV. So we got the SV version of my 1989 facelift. Production was from 1998 to 1999. Just a difference in a year. 100 were built. Featured, it was a Roman engine, rear-wheel drive. It had Brembo servo assisted ventilated cross-rolled 4-wheel brakes, 355 so 355 millimeters, 14-inch in the front. So 355 335, 14-inch at the front, 13.2-inch at the rear with Kelsey Hayes ABS. Curb weight was 1,530 kilos. 1,530 kilos. 3,373 pounds. 3,373 pounds. Weight distribution 41% front, 59% rear. Next up we got, from the same year, the VT version. This time it was from 1988 to 2000, so an extra 50 were built. So 150 were built in total. So also got the Diablo VT and the Diablo VT Roadster. Both from 1998 to 2000, 150 were built for the VT, 100 were built plus the 30 Millennium Roadsters for the convertible version of the Diablo VT. Both have rear mid-engine 4-wheel drive, for LSDs 45% rear, 45% rear, 25% front. For SV at the rear with 2.53 to 1, so 2.53 to 1 ratio used on the Millennium Roadster. Then they had Brembo, so pretty much the same brakes as the previous, but this time at the front it's a little bit bigger by 10 millimeters, 0.4 inches, so 365 millimeters, 14.4 inches. It's a little bit heavier, but almost 100 kilos heavier. It's just nuts. Well, it's 220 pounds heavier, so like with a 1625 kilos. So 1625 kilos, 3,583 pounds. So 3,583 pounds, which is so 1625 kilos. So 1625 kilos, 3,583 pounds. So 3,583 pounds. 43% front, 57% rear. The Diablo VT Roadster, 1998, 2000. So both 1988 to 2000, 150 pounds. 150 were built, 100 were built plus 30 Millennium Roadsters. Diablo VT Roadster, 1988, 2000, 130 built. VT Roadster, 100 plus 30 Millennium Roadsters built. Alright, so all these cars have naturally aspirated 530 horsepower, 5.7 liter V12s. So 5.7 liter naturally aspirated V12s with 530 horsepower and 605 newton meters, 446 pound-feet of torque. And I'm saying that for last because all those versions of the Diablo have exactly the same power output and torque. So as I say for each one, it's just gonna take forever. Alright, next up we got is both the Diablo GT and VT 6.0 and VT 6.0 SE. Both versions. So both those cars with naturally aspirated 6-liter V12. So this time 6-liter V12s. So 0.3 of a liter. So 0.3 liters. 0.3 liters bigger than it was before. So starting off with is the GT. So 83 were built between the years 1999. So 83 were built from the years 1999 to 2000. So 1 year difference. The GT makes 575 horsepower. So 575 horsepower. I think that's the same as M6 BMW Grand Coupe. I'm not 100% sure. So 575 horsepower, 630 newton meters, 465 pound-feet. Rear mid-engine rear-wheel drive. So rear mid-engine rear-wheel drive. And Brembo servo assisted, ventilated, cross-drilled four-wheel brakes. 355. 335. 14 by 13.2 inch brakes. Biggest ones at the front, smallest ones at the rear, with Lucas ABS. Curb weight weighs in at 1,460 kilos. So 1,460 kilos, which is 3,219 pounds. Well, 3,220 to be exact, somewhere around there. It's just like rounding up sometimes. So 1,460 kilos, 3,220 pounds to be exact. So 3,220 pounds. Weight distribution was 40% front, 60% rear. So Diablo GT is done. And finally, last but certainly not the very least, is the Diablo VT. Diablo VT 6.0 and VT 6.0 SE. So from 2000 to 2001, the year the first Fast and Furious movie came out back in 2001. Or I still think it was being made like 1999 or 2000. I'm not 100% sure, but just somewhere around here. Anyways, so last but certainly not the very least we got is a Diablo VT 6.0 and VT 6.0 SE. So it was built from between 2000 to 2001. So 343 VT 6.0s were built, and so 343 VT 6.0 and 42 VT 6.0 SEs were built. So, no, all of them same 6-liter naturally aspirated V12s, making 550 horsepower. So 25 horsepower less, but still a lot of power. So 550 horsepower. Same as the Gallardo 550-2 Valentino Balboni edition of the Gallardo. So 550 horsepower, slightly less torque by 10 newton meters, 8 pound-feet, so 620 newton meters. So 620 newton meters, 457 pound-feet of torque. So 457 pound-feet of torque, round up to like 460 pound-feet of torque, roughly to be exact. Rear mid-engine four-wheel drive. So rear mid-engine four-wheel drive. So rear mid-engine four-wheel drive. For LSD, 45% rear, 25% front, with rear-wheel drive op. So with rear-wheel drive as optional. So like as an option, you can have it as rear-wheel drive if you wish. But in this case, I'd rather go with all-wheel drive because it's much more controllable. Literally, it had Brembo servo-assisted four-wheel brakes, 365 by 335, 14.4 by 14.4 by 13.2 inches with Lucas ABS. So the biggest ones at the front, smallest ones at the rear. So the smallest ones at the rear. Curb weight 1620. So 1625. So 1625. So 1625 kilos, which is 35. So 3,583 pounds. So 1625 kilos. Say 1625 kilos. 1625 kilos. 3,583 pounds. So 3,583 pounds. Say 3,583 pounds. And we got weight distribution 41% fronts and 15, so 41% fronts and 59% rear. Say 41% fronts and 59% rear. So say again one more time just to be sure. 41% front and 59% rear. Say 59% rear. Is that rear? So 59% rear. Alright. So for my next, alright, so that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. So for my next Diablo video will be about the factory racing specials. It's like the racing versions of the Diablo. So we got so we got like 6 versions of this. Then we got concept cars. So concept cars and production to finish off, and then they'll wrap it up. Okay. Alright. So this is the next one I'm on. Factory racing specials. And starting off will be the also a good start, a great start in fact, to Diablo Jada GT1. So GT1 LM. So GT1 LM edition. So yeah, you guys know LM stands for, well, LM is short for Le Mans, basically. So that's gonna be for my next video, the factory racing specials. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up. So that'll be it. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, and hit the notification bell and hit all so you literally want to make brand new uploads. Alright, so it's now currently 12:10 a.m. on Friday morning. Alright, so that'll be it. I gotta go. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a great evening. Well, have a great morning, actually, sorry. So, but until then, stay safe, have a great morning. So have a great morning, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So take care folks, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.